Hey, I'm Kaz, a channel for the higher light.
And I'm Sally, your energetic guide and card reader.
This is the Quantum Thread.
A space to demystify energy, explore consciousness, and empower you to trust your inner truth. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 6 of the Quantum Thread. Can you believe it? Are you pinching yourself, Kaz?
I am. It's incredible. I'm absolutely loving this. It's really resonating with me.
Yeah, it's time, right? We're all here to help people transition and shift and realize that you're not on your own. You have got support, that there's people that get you, and yeah, don't feel so isolated.
Yeah,
Reach out. Mm.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people out there that, well, if they're beginning of their journey is anything like mine, they're frustrated, they're alone, they're afraid, they're feeling insane even. There's just so many different ways, and you've got to pull yourself out of it. Trust the inner you.
Yeah, really great way to start around trust because people are feeling stuck. I think that's probably one of the big words. And fear is anchoring a lot of us back from
Yeah,
really stepping into our full potential because
yeah,
fear is what is fueling these 3D heavy energies. Fear, doubt. Yeah, what were you going to say? I could
yeah.
see something coming.
Fear is a big one, and it's largely being created from those who want to keep us on the lower vibrations.
Mm,
We feel it through our news, we feel it through, there's so many different ways that it comes at us.
mm,
And, in the past, when the dark seasons were, um, in its glory, we
mm,
had those dark energies coming from, the universe. And now things are changing, but it's one person at a time. We have to change it within ourselves to
mm,
look that fear in the face and say, no, I don't want you. I
mm,
don't want that fear. I want the joy. I want the happiness. I want the belief in self. I want to know that I can do this, that I can get past this, that I'm not insane, and all those wonderful things that
mm.
you can tell yourself you are, that basically vibrates that fear out of your system.
Mm. I was talking about that with a client today. It's just like igniting that beacon of love light within you. So it becomes more, it sort of seeps out. So you get this stronger um, channel or this just stronger within you, this being that it starts to melt off all the other stuff on the outside. I
Yeah.
mean, in life, we need duality. So we've got fear and then we've got love. So we do need some fear in our life, but we need it balanced. We don't need it out of balance, right?
There's two types of fear as well. There's the excitement. There's more than two types because there's excitement, there's fear that says, this is dangerous, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that fear of, I don't want to be ridiculed, or I don't want to humiliate myself, or I don't want to fail.
Mm,
So there's all those different types. And the fear that says, don't do this, it's highly dangerous. That of course is a life instinct. And the fear that is excitement helps you to build that momentum for what you're going to do, that your ego is, thinking fear. If we
mm,
can change that to excitement and re-talk our thoughts and to retrain
mm,
our whole being that it's not fear, it's excitement, then we can push through it and we can move towards our higher selves in a
mm.
in a really good way, like in a better way.
Mm. I think that's a really good point. One of the big fears is fear of success. So actually
Yes.
being successful, it's holding people back. It's
Yes.
fearful that what if you were really successful and your work took off or your idea took off? What if? Like, yeah, that is
And that was one of
exciting.
the things holding me down, fear
Right.
of success. It was like terrifying. It's
Mm.
immobilizing.
Yeah, yeah. Like deer in the headlights, like, oh, you just get paralyzed.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So I don't do things for success anymore. I do things for fun. This podcast brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
So I've taken the fear factor out of there. I'm not going to fail because I know I'm having fun. Every moment I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this. If I stop enjoying this, if it's not fun,
Mm.
then I stop doing it. But it's not about pass fail. It's not about win or lose or success. It's about loving life.
That is so true because I always say anyway, we're not here for a long time, so make it a good time. And it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, but it's about having fun and meaning in all your days. And yes, we grow and change and all that sort of stuff. So what might have brought you fun a year ago may not be the same thing that brings you fun now. So it's being in that
That's right.
moment, isn't it? Doing what you love to do, what brings you joy. And
Yeah.
and you're right, that does help the fear dissipate because you're just doing something that you love. So it's not
Yep.
about trying to be successful or trying
Yep.
too hard. It's about being in the moment, doing the things that you love that bring you joy. I mean, what's
Yep.
one of the biggest things that brings you joy?
Brings me joy.
Hmm.
I love nature,
Mm,
flowers. I love watching things grow and open and bloom. I love, be it children on their path to discovering who they are, or whether it be, you know, the elderly discovering new parts of themselves, or
mm,
I love growth.
mm,
Growth is beautiful.
mm. And a lot of the growth is done in the dark during the fear, finding pulling up your big girl undies or your big boy undies and
Yeah.
stepping into finding that courage, that confidence to do things differently, to take that leap
Yeah.
of faith. And we were also talking about trust, trusting that no matter what, there's no such word as can't, right? So you can't fail. There's always
That's right.
learning out of everything. There's a silver
Yeah.
lining out of every experience. And so before when I
Yep.
was saying you need the duality of the dark and the light, the fear and the love. So fear can bring us out to the other side and it can change our lives by doing stepping into that courage, that confidence to do things differently, to take that
Yeah.
risk, if you like, put it all on the line.
Yeah. Alchemizing that fear.
Mm.
It's beautiful. It's powerful.
Yes, 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 yes. So, as we were saying, 3D world is very fueled on fear. And when we recognize that, like the news, recognize those areas or the mediums or whatever that are fueling the fear, to then just have acceptance that, okay, that's sort of fueling, and I just want to unplug from that and go the other.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. And I mean, you can find ways once you understand the dynamics of what what is happening for you. This doesn't
mm,
happen for everyone. You can change that and you can stop that. Okay. You can so watch the news and say, I know I'm going to watch some negative things, but I need to know what's going on in the world so that I can channel my goodness here or there, or find ways to help.
mm,
So you can put that boundary up and allow yourself to watch it and know and put the positive energy into it.
mm,
So you're transmuting it and the ripples will flow rather than spreading the fear. You can spread the positivity of, you know, the vibrations of healing and transmuting. So there's all different ways you can do that up
mm,
to the individual.
mm. And having that awareness, that is really powerful because then you have choices,
Yep.
which way am I choosing to see or react or respond to it? Yeah,
Yep.
interesting point. So, I think one of the hurdles for people going through this transition at the moment is the fear of the unknown, the fear of the 5D is very, there's no certainty because it's just so fluid. There's certainty that there's no uncertainty, sort of in being in that moment, in that beingness of just floating. And the fear about what if, about particularly about money, that is holding a lot of people back. That fear of, oh, if I left my job because I don't like it, but what if, how am I going to be safe? How am I going to be secure? How am I going to make sure I can pay the bills? And I
Yeah.
don't know, that's one of
Yeah.
my stumbling blocks because it's a real life thing still existing in this relatively 3D
Yeah.
world and still following and doing the things that bring me joy, but not
Yep.
necessarily bringing in the money at the same level, So
Yep.
maybe we could ask the channel about that. What do you think?
Yes. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I can hear
Okay.
them here going, oh, oh, oh.
It's lots of input. Well, we'll leave Kaz for a moment to get herself in sync and to allow herself to step into channel and bring through the golden group. So hopefully you've been watching the previous episodes and sort of understanding how it's kind of working. There's a group of support systems there for Kaz and known as the golden group. And there's a plethora of sort of energies and sort of one sort of key speaker each week or key deliverer via Kaz. So I think we might investigate further into this whole fear and how some tips and tools and insights on how to navigate through through the fear to sort of align more with this 5D energy of allowing ourselves to just be and let go, surrender, just be in the moment. So welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. We welcome you here to this beautiful energy and we thank you ever so much. Fear, dear ones, like all things, transmutation is a learning journey. It's a looking back upon your experience and seeing where you have conquered, where you have had success, where you have enjoyed the thrill of moving forward despite fears. It is bringing all of those energies together and knowing that you do have the choice. For many do not understand that choice is always there. It is always there in every situation. Moving forward slowly through the fear is a wonderful way to allow yourself to prepare for the next step. And you will find that the momentum of that as it assimilates in your being will carry you straight through the rest of the fear as though it wasn't even already there. For the bigger fears, such as money, living in the new way, find your transmutation through the smaller things that will build your trust, layer upon layer upon layer. So you aren't battling hard with every part of your being from the get-go. When you start in smaller bites, you can then move forward with that knowledge of how the internal war within works on a smaller scale. And you can use that knowledge for the next rung in the ladder. And then you can move up to a new rung with all that experience. You learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust that the universe is always there for you, that the universe will not let you go without, that there is guidance, that there is flow. But it's a learning of trust and how to know exactly where to tread in the energy of love. Is that understandable, dear one?
Love that. Thank you so much. Knowing where to tread in the energy of love. And I think that was really helpful just by chunking it down, taking each step onto each rung of the ladder, because it is very overwhelming, particularly with that fear around the money and the big stuff. So chunking it down and learning to trust more and inch by inch, just edging our way forward, because it's a tough world out there for us at the moment. I've got to be fair. the planet is tricky to navigate, and there's so much around us that fuels the fear. And so we were discussing with the channel before about just over how to overcome the fear. And I just really think just we've got to get that momentum going, like you say. Yeah, very wise words.
Move in, move into the love,
Mm.
and you find the trust follows. Move in to the energy of the fifth dimension as fast or as slow as you wish, and move out away from that fear as fast or as slow as you wish. The only thing to ensure is that you are allowing yourself to change, that you are evolving, that you are accepting and moving forward at all times. We love you. We bless you and we thank you.
Thank you so much. Once again, very insightful. So we'll just give Kaz a moment to come back into herself. I just love dealing with the speaking with the golden group because they just help with lots of tips. And I really love that moving into the love and the trust follows. Wow. Welcome back, Kaz. Thank you so much for sharing there.
Hello.
Oh, they're so wise, and it was, my takeaway there's so many, but in learning to trust and then how to know where to tread in the energy of love. One great line, but then it's saying move into the love and then the trust follows. So you're stepping into the love energy rather than getting into that trust that everything will be okay. Just start moving in with that love energy and then the trust follows from there. Wow.
Yeah.
It's just little tweaks make a huge difference, right? When you just surround yourself with that love energy, because remember, we're talking about the duality of the fear and the love. So step out of the fear into the love, and then it all, like dominoes, it all starts to unfold. Yeah, so good.
Absolutely, it does.
So good. I don't know if you picked up on anything when you were channeling, but talking about like climbing up the rung of a ladder, just really
Okay,
chunking
yep.
small steps. It's just one little thing and then the next little thing, and it builds that momentum. It starts to get it going and rolling. So good.
It
Transmute
does.
through the small, what were the words here? With the bigger fears, find transmutation from the smaller things to build the trust, and then the next rung and the next rung. And it's a
Okay, yep.
off, and then the trust in the universe. So it's little things to transmute. So
Yeah.
moving forward slowly through the fear to prepare for the next step. And, as the channel said, working either as slow or as fast as it needs to be. There's no rush. It's just your divine timing, hey?
Yeah. You have to stay true to yourself through
Mm.
the journey. I've tried to rush it. I've tried to move it along. I've tried to jump over it and pretend it's not there, and none of that works. You have to
Oh,
move into yourself. You have to move into yourself.
yeah, yeah. It started off, the channel said, transmutation is a learning journey. So look back from all the learnings and
Yeah.
move forward despite the fears. But choice is always there. There's always a choice, which was what we were saying too.
Wow. Do you write all that down?
Yeah, I'm a bit anal like that.
Oh,
Because
that's great.
I've got a menopausal
That's
brain.
great. I have to wait. I go in and transcribe the video before I really know what was said. And
Oh no, because
yeah.
I'm in the moment, and like I said, it just comes and goes in my menopause brain. So I just get down the keywords that I can, but we've got to work with that internal wall, right? That within side.
Oh,
So
that rings a bell. Yeah. And
mm,
it is a war, isn't it?
mm.
On the inside. When we're traveling from the third dimension into the fifth dimension or the into your higher self, it is this war because there's parts of you that just want to pull you down, and there's parts of you that want to pull you up, and there's parts
Yeah.
of you that want to run away, and there's just so many parts of you that all need to come together and love each other so
Mm.
that that trust can form, that you're all on the same side, you're all the same being. So
Yeah.
let's do this.
So love is the
Yeah,
glue, right? Love is the glue for everything to start to,
absolutely.
take
Yeah,
off. Absolutely
yeah,
take off. Shall we pull a card?
we shall.
I'm just loving these because I'm getting so many insights. They're helping us reduce the overwhelm by providing some really useful little tips and tools and suggestions and, thinking about a ladder. And it's just, what was it there? Just transmutating the smaller things to build the
Yep,
trust, get up to the next step, right? It's
yep,
one thing after another because yeah, you're right. We do have this internal wall, and it's like, let's just change one thing, and
yeah.
everything is a choice. Okay. Oh, opening up the heart chakra, choosing to love.
Oh,
The cards are
gotta love.
always on point, right? It was all about
Yep,
stepping into the love energy, embracing love, joy, and finding that freedom. Because when we do embrace the love, the joy is the journey of yours, and it brings us the ultimate freedom. So, wow, how on point once again.
absolutely lovely.
Yeah. When in doubt,
Absolutely lovely.
choose love. It underpins everything, and it's the dual opposite of fear. So step into the love. It's all a choice. So on that, that's my little closing comments. Everything is a choice, and choose love.
Yeah. And
Mm.
trust. Learn to trust yourself before you can trust anyone.
When you were channeling, my eyes were directed to the behind me, and it says, "I choose to trust." So there you go. Trust you.
Really? I
Trust.
love your shirts. I want one of those shirts with the frequency.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the 8 to 5 2 hertz. It links in with your third eye chakra. So
Yeah.
it's again choosing to trust your intuition, your
Yeah.
internal GPS, your knowing, all that sort of stuff. Well, Kaz, thank you once again for joining us and
Thank
for
you.
channeling through the Golden Group. Thank you, Golden Group, for once again appearing on the Quantum Thread for episode 6, all about fear and love. So step into the love. So with that, we're kind of complete, and we'll catch you all next week. Thank you, everyone, once again.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. That's it for this episode of the Quantum Thread.
If you have questions you'd like answered by the channel or topics you want us to explore, reach out anytime.
You can connect with Kaz for private channel sessions or with either of us for support on your journey.
Until next time, keep tuning in, trusting yourself, and following your inner thread.